Hi everybody, welcome to the channel and welcome to matte varnishing or gloss varnishing your artwork. Why you should do it, the reasons why I think you should do it, especially if you are framing a picture or if you've got a canvas. Now, we did the ink series on the channel, so I've got these ones here. And the reason why I want to varnish these, we've got a bit of process to do on this, and I'm going to talk you through that in a minute. But the reason why I want to give these a coat of varnish is when you've airbrushed a piece of artwork and you've got like the black and white like we've done here, when you sort of look down it, there are patches in this where you've gone sort of heavy on the blacks and on the backgrounds and things. They go down like a satin and other parts will go down like a matte. So when you've got this in a picture frame, it always seems like you're getting, when you look at it at different angles, you'll see different light glares amongst the paint, and I just think it looks a bit odd. So I'm going to go matte on these, drop them in like a matte varnish so it'll level out and matte the whole picture, and then when these go in the glass frames you'll have the nice shiny glass in front of. You can also use a gloss. I'd use a gloss personally, how I like to see sort of pictures. If I was doing a canvas and we gessoed a canvas, you can drop it in gloss after, and what that will do is it just makes, it'll gloss all your blacks up and make your colours look a lot deeper and richer. And that's what I would use on a canvas. If you're hanging a canvas on the wall, you could do it either way. It depends on your preference or how you like looking at your artwork, whether you want that glossy look to it or you want that nice flat matte. And I think at the minute I've got really into the matte look. It just looks a lot better on artwork, I think. It just sort of softens it and don't look too fierce and glowy, especially when you've got lights in a room and the lights bouncing off it. It can look quite glare, you get like a glare on it. So we're going to be using the matte varnish by Winsor Newton, which is this one here. It's a 250ml matte varnish, and I'm going to use this with the Creo's PS290, and we're going to spray it. Just do one nice coat all the way over, job done. I've got a little hanging system on the vents at the top of the studio where we can turn the extractor on. I can dry these prints out really quick. So we're going to dry these out, we're going to matte varnish them all, dry them out, and then because I gessoed this paper, it was sort of the first time I gessoed it before I did the artwork on, I didn't really stretch and pull down the paper. I sort of let these dry sort of hanging up, and I shouldn't have. I should have kept them massed down to a flat surface, and it would have just made the paper sit a lot flatter. So we've got some waves in this paper. So what I want to do is I've created a clamping system to the bench. So we've got some steel clamps. I've got a big piece of ply, and then we've got the flat 18mm solid MDF tabletop. So I've got sheets of silicone paper. So you've got a silicone side, and this is really thick. You've got a thick paper side there. We're going to go silicone paper down, so it's the silicone side facing up. We will get our print, flip that over, lay it onto the silicone, like so, and then we're going to mist water. We've got a little pump sprayer, mist water all over the back of the piece of artwork, so just damp it down. Then we will go silicone paper again with silicone side down. Then we'll flip another piece of silicone paper and we'll work through these, and we're going to press all three prints, clamp them down to the table, and then in the centre of the press I've got a 10 kilo weight. We're going to drop that on, leave these, and the water will evaporate out, and it'll just make the prints sit flat again. Fingers crossed. Never done it before, but I've seen a few videos on YouTube and it seems to work. So that's what we're going to do. So recommended. This one, I've used it on a few projects now, the Winsor Newton one. It seems to do what it says. It seals it down, gives it a nice finish. And we've got the gloss one as well, but we're going to use the matte today. So enjoy the video. I'll get set up over there and we'll drop some of the matte varnish in the PS290. Excuse the noise because I'm right next to the extractor, so any fumes just go straight out. Now I've clamped the picture down, got an elastic band around that edge. Just going to give it a little tap off to get any bits off. And we've got the matte varnish in the PS290. running this quite high pressure, just a nice even coat over. Right, we've got the first print, we've got all the prints varnished, these are dried off, I've had these hanging up and I've also air dried these as well. So all the prints are nicely matted down, as you can see. So we're going to get these creases and these little waves out of this paper. So I've got silicone paper facing up, just give that a little tack rag off. Place the print face down and just level that up to the silicone paper. Then we're going to mist water over the top. Just damp this down. Then we're going to get another piece of silicone paper, lay this one over the top, like so. Now another sheet of silicone on top of that, facing up. Last layer of silicone paper. Now we're going for a flat sheet of ply. Drop the clamp on. Drop these on. And then we'll just drop the weights on the top, like that. Just leave this now, good couple of days like this, and this will flatten the prints out, and then I can move on to getting the frames in and then cutting the surrounds for these pictures and getting them all mounted up. So that's a little bit on the matte varnish. Works really well, you've seen it on the prints. I gave them 2 coats in the end, and then heat dried them coats in between and had them hanging from here with the extractor on, so air's coming in from the top, just circulating around and drying them off. And then you've seen the clamping system there, nice and easy. Just clamp that down, leave this a couple of days, and this will flatten the prints out. So I hope you enjoyed the video on the matte varnish. You can also use the gloss in the Winsor Newton range. It's a really good product, guys, and it sprays nice through the PS290. Air pressure on that was about 40 psi. With the fan cap, works an absolute treat. So thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.